Hello, everybody.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast. Some heartbreaking news for my family this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not heartbreaking. Some first world sad news for my family this morning.
Yeah, it's a little slip up, but we're gonna recover.
Look, life happens, and when life gives you lemonades, or when life gives you lemons, you figure out how
You
to
get a
throw them at
rich
people.
beach.
Yeah. We talk about a movie. We actually do a little movie moment.
Yeah.
Talk about graduation ceremonies.
Yeah, we do. We talk about a lot about graduation ceremonies. We
Yeah.
talk about a little bit about your brother Jimmy.
Yeah, some funny stories from the family.
Yeah.
And really, the graduation talk is more about the inappropriate behavior of adults. Like, come on,
Yeah.
you're an adult.
Yeah.
Act like it.
What are you thinking?
Brandon.
Yep. Brandon, hit it.
Oh, yeah!
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon.
Johnny, I'm a little upset today.
I know.
Should we just start off by talking about what happened?
Yeah. Start off with the bad, and then we get into the good.
Yeah. So look, as a father, one of the things I want to do every year is go on a fun family vacation.
Yeah.
And that takes varying degrees of levels, right? When we had a small family and they were young, it would be very simple vacations.
Yeah.
I think we went camping a couple times. We would go up and go to Utah and stay with like family, or we'd go to Santa Maria and stay with family.
Yeah.
And so there's a trip I've been wanting to do for a long time.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Like I don't know what the draw is, but I've wanted to go to Costa Rica for a long time.
Yeah. I actually feel super bad, cause
Well, let's get to what happened. So, I planned out the trip. I bought the airfare. I booked an Airbnb. I had a car rented. The host of the Airbnb, they were going to help us out with these various excursions. And it's like we were going to go river rafting. We were going to go zip lining. We were going to hike a volcano.
it was gonna be awesome.
Amazing. It was going to be amazing. And we're leaving tonight. We're leaving at 11:20 tonight.
Yeah.
To go on this trip that I have been literally dreaming of for years. And so, I go to check into the flight and it asks for passport information. So I'm getting out the passports this morning. And to my horror, my horror, I'm still I haven't processed it yet. My passport and Renee's passport is expired.
Yeah.
And it's weird, as we were leading up to this, at some point I was texting Renee, I'm like, will you check the boys' passports to make sure they're good? She's like, no, they're fine. They're through 2026. I'm like, all right, cool. We're good. And at no point during this did I think, hey, babe, take a look at our passports. We just, for some reason, why would they have different expiration dates? We have no idea, but they did.
I feel bad for you too, because you put a ton of work into this. You made a slideshow.
I made a slideshow last week talking about, hey, here's what we're going to do. Here's the food. Here's where we're staying.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was probably number one slideshow I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, I literally, I've cried 4 or 5 times today. I'm near tears right now. I am so upset about this. I'm going through my stages of grief. I haven't fully hit anger yet, or denial.
Hopefully we don't hit that in the car.
I've just been really disappointed.
But, so the weird thing is, I never really processed that we were even going to Costa Rica.
Yeah, it was never real to you. It was real to me, man.
I was like I didn't even think we're you're like, Jonathan, we're gonna go to Costa Rica. I'm like, well, I didn't feel like we were going.
And look, in a way, we still are. So look, if you think, Costa Rica, that means rich coast.
We're going to California.
So we're still going to a rich coast. We're gonna go to a beach house in Newport Beach. And it's a lot of rich people live on that coast. So we are still going to Costa Rica.
Yeah, guess what? It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be the best of what it's going to be.
Yeah. So
we're going to have fun time.
Oh, yeah. And then we're going to go to...
So here's let me tell you. So, look, there's a beach house that we stayed in last year, and I looked it up, and for some reason, somehow they have availability on, the first week of summer. And so we're going to be there for 3 days. And then we're going to come home and immediately go to the airport, and then we're going to fly to Portland.
Mm-hmm.
And not because I love cities that have been destroyed by crazy, methodologies of governing.
Yeah.
I think we'll see some interesting stuff there. Like it'll be interesting. Maybe we'll have to take a venture down to downtown Portland to see it.
I do not want to
see
go
what
to downtown
a
Portland.
crap storm looks like. I actually do. Like I saw this reel yesterday of a mall. And it's like, okay, this is you park in this parking garage, and then you have to go up the stairwell to go to a Barnes and Noble. Like Barnes and Noble is like a bookstore, right? It's a nice store.
Yeah.
And this stairwell was littered with crap, urine. I mean, just litter, like trash all over the place. And it's like here you're in one of the nicest cities in America, and it's a crap storm. So
one of the nicest city in America.
Used to be.
The nicest city in America, I have to say, probably Las Vegas.
Yeah, hands down not. But anyway, so then we're flying to Oregon, and we're gonna do a river trip, and we're gonna do I'm trying to recreate within the United States what I want. There's no volcano that I know of that we can hike.
Hawaii.
Yeah, I mean literally, we were looking at Hawaii this morning. Like Renee and I, we were like, okay, how can we go to Hawaii and stay within our budget? And I'm so mad. Like I'm sorry. Like I'm
sorry. Like I feel like you're like angry, but I'm like angry for you. Like it's not even happening, and now I'm like angry now.
It's definitely not happening.
I'm sorry.
Oh man. Look, you can laugh or cry. So look, I'm just gonna do my best to laugh at this one.
And I'm gonna cry.
I've been doing that too. I've been doing that. It's tough. But look, I mean, if you look at like the problems that we're talking about, these are incredible first world problems. Like, oh, I can't go to Costa Rica. Instead, now I have to go to California and Oregon. Like, shut up, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't have a house.
Oh, yeah. Oh, pobre. It's like, yeah, there's people who are like struggling to keep food on the table and all this stuff. And now I'm like,
we're like complaining about not being able to go to Costa Rica.
I can't go to this amazing adventure. Like, shut up, dude. Like, you're such a bait. That's what it's like. Yeah, it's annoying, but it's like, you put it in perspective. You're like, shut up, Josh.
All right, everybody, go back and restart the episode, and then just skip right back to here because nobody wants it.
Yeah. So I got a few things I want to talk. Is there anything you want to talk about today?
No, I had an idea. I was thinking about something that was stupid, like another something stupid about the language.
Well, look, I'm just gonna stay on this crying thing.
Right.
We're talking about crying. So I was in the DMV this past week. I was at the DMV with Addison and Brandon.
That sounds terrible.
It's pretty close to terrible. But not as terrible for us as it was for two other individuals that we saw there.
No way.
So we're sitting there waiting for our number to be called, and we see this girl walk out of the testing area.
Oh.
And she looked like it was her 15 and a half birthday or maybe her 16th birthday. I'm not quite sure which one it was.
Yeah.
But it did not go well. Whatever test she had just taken, she did not pass. And
that's sad.
It's sad. I mean, there was tears. There was alligators falling down those eyes, man. Then we saw another lady who, she was older woman. She probably was in her 30s or 40s, and she was also crying. I'm not quite sure where she was coming from, but she wasn't happy either.
She just sitting in line like, this line is so long.
It could be, yeah. I mean, it was. It was funny because Addison goes, man, she looks like the kind of girl that gets like straight A's, like her mom was put together. Like she looked like just a typical, stereotypical white kid, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
And, dressed nicely. Like she probably just, hey, last day of school. And so, hey, let's go to the DMV and let's get my driver's license. Yeah. It's going to be the best. My summer's going to be awesome. And... yeah, no, it's not. I mean, look, I think Renee did not pass her driver's test I think she passed her third try or fourth try.
Mm. Speaking of summer, hello, summer. We are in summer now.
Yeah, congratulations. So let's segue into that. That's a good segue.
Yeah.
So before we jump into summer, I want to talk about graduation ceremonies and award ceremonies.
Yes.
So we went this past week. Jonathan received a major award. I'm going to make this sound bigger than it is. You received the Presidential Scholarship Award.
It was not even that good. Like
No. Hold on. John, stop being humble here. Okay. You received
oh my goodness.
the Presidential Scholarship Award. Like, I look in the program and I see the award you're getting. I'm like, hot dog, dude. Like my son.
And then you see 50 other people getting the same
50,
exact
not even
award.
like every kid in the
Yeah. Every single kid that's there is getting this.
So to get this amazing honor that you got, you have to have a 3.5 GPA throughout your middle school career. Which, look, that's good job. Like honestly, good job. Like I'm proud of you. That is a good award.
Yeah.
Other kids got straight A's for 3 years. Other kids got like, I don't know what those special recognition awards were for their.
I know what the awards were.
So what are they? Like a teacher just can nominate like, oh, this kid really stood out.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that's a good award. You did not get that. You just got the Presidential Scholarship Award.
Yeah.
With every other person in attendance. So again, I don't want to downplay. That's awesome. Good job. But I like the way your middle school. I like the way they handled this award thing. Is they would have about 20-ish people. They would say their names and they would say, "Hey, hold your applause for all of these people," and then we will applaud those 20 at the end, and then we're gonna have 20 more come up.
Yeah.
And it kept it moving. The thing I want to talk about is the disrespectful behavior by parents at that ceremony.
Yeah.
Did you catch up on any of this?
Like they're just like clapping and stuff. Like somebody walks up and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's my kid," and then you can't hear the next person's name.
Yeah, and what I noticed more times than not is the parents that were doing the excessive cheering were cheering for their kid who got the same award that you got.
Yeah. And
so it's like, again, congratulations, you did something good.
Yeah.
You also didn't do something that was that amazing.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of disappointed that you didn't cheer like the loudest for me.
Because Jonathan, I just wasn't that impressed.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like, look, if you're getting like valedictorian, every teacher's honoring you, like that one I'll make some noise for. Dude, you just got a 3.5, man. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, I expect that to happen.
I was actually debating like afterwards. I had a great idea where I go instead of actually sitting down inside like the word ceremony. I sit up with you, and then right as they call my name, I'm like, "Yeah, let's go!"
like you're on The Price is Right.
Yeah. I run down the stage.
Hey-o! You like jump down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, look. Here's the deal. Like graduation ceremonies, like awesome job. It's a moment of celebration.
Yeah.
But it's also like, dude, yeah, your kid's special, and so is every other kid here. So let's stop this behavior of like, I need to like show everybody up that I can cheer loud for my kid.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
It is.
Also annoying is graduation ceremonies.
Yeah.
Which is why I love David so much more right now than I have in a long time.
Why?
He didn't make us go to his graduation ceremony. So David graduated high school.
What?
Yeah, he's done with high school.
Oh.
Allegedly. Like I haven't seen his diploma or anything.
he threw it away as he walked out.
Knowing him, he could have. But so 2 years ago, we went to Aubrey's graduation. Do you remember that?
I do.
What do you remember about it?
I remember sitting there and watching a ton of people walk.
Was it fun?
No.
And David went to that same presentation. He said, "I'm never going to put my parents through this." And so it was at that moment he decided, I'm not walking at the graduation.
He's not walk. He didn't walk.
He didn't walk. Yeah, that's why we're not going to the ceremony. He didn't walk. It would have been last week.
Oh, what? Can you still walk, but like people don't have to come?
Sure. Yeah.
What does walking even do?
I mean, it's like you get recognized. People can clap for you. I don't know. It's a ceremony of conclusion of like, hey, we're done with your high school career. Congratulations. Blah.
If I graduate, I'm gonna make it the wildest graduation.
I should change. Can you please change that word from "if I graduate" to "when"? Like, so this is the other part I want to talk about.
Wait, did I say if?
Yes, you did. You did say "if I graduate." So look, what I'm gonna say here is gonna come off. I'm in a snarky mood, and just accept it. Like. I think this is what I'm about to say. I think this is funny, and there's going to be people that listen to this, and they might find it offensive. And my intention is not to offend you; it's to entertain.
Yeah.
And so just deal with it. I'm in a sour spot right now.
This is the sour episode, so beware. Listen with caution.
All right. So, graduating high school is not a major accomplishment. Even less of an accomplishment is graduating middle school, and less than that is fifth grade, and the absolute least of ceremonies is kindergarten,
No, below that.
preschool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's. I feel like we do these things for Instagram or Facebook or whatever
Yeah.
social media thing, so that you can be like, oh my gosh, look at my baby. It's like, dude, it's kindergarten. Like if your kid cannot graduate kindergarten, you got a whole other set of problems.
It would be so funny if like you're like, oh my gosh, my baby, and then they just go back into kindergarten again.
And look, I know that there's some kids that are held back for various reasons, and that's good. Like I'm
Yeah.
not criticizing that. That's fine. But like, dude, like let's stop with this like huge parade of if you can't graduate high school, I mean, hopefully you can go get the GED or whatever. But like I know people that dropped out of high school for various reasons. One of them was because he was bored with it. And like, again, to me, if you can't graduate high school, like, okay, like, I mean,
Yeah.
most of graduating high school literally is showing up.
Actually.
Yeah, showing up. If you show up most of the time, I think teachers will just pass you.
Wow.
I mean, you've got to put in at least a little bit of effort.
I'm gonna love high school.
Dude. Most of life advice right now, Cats and Crazy life advice. Most of life is showing up.
Yeah.
Like you have a job interview, just show
Show
up. Like show up 5 minutes early. Like just show up and have a face. You're probably gonna get the job. At least
Yeah.
a job.
Yeah. I don't know.
You might be the fry guy, which is fine. But if you don't show up, like as we try to hire people at where I work, a lot of people don't even show up.
Why apply if you're not gonna show up?
Why? And then we'll hire them, and then they don't even show up for the first day of work.
Really?
It happens a lot more than you think it would. Yeah.
Like this guy's a wonderful candidate. Doesn't show up.
Yeah. Honestly, like when that kind of stuff happens, it makes you question like the hiring manager. You're like,
Yeah.
you thought this guy who couldn't hack the first day of work was going to be your
Like,
manager?
Hey, you needed some. I don't know.
That is part of it. You need that's why I'm saying most of life is just showing up.
Back to the thing of if I graduate. So when I graduate, I'm gonna like instead of just wearing like just a gown, I'm gonna be wearing like what's it that like one of those things, the floaties. I'm gonna be wearing one of those floaties, and I'm gonna be wearing some awesome other stuff.
So that.
And I'm gonna fall off the stage.
So they crack down on this kind of stuff. So let's go to story time now.
Oh.
So they tell you like what you can and can't wear, like
Yeah.
because you wear the cap and gown. Like it's a, for us the school you'll go to, it'll be a red or gray gown that you wear.
Mm.
I mean, I suppose you could put stuff underneath, but I think they generally want you to wear nicer clothes underneath. Which who cares? So when your uncle Jimmy was graduating high school,
Yeah.
he had some run-ins with the principal.
Uh-huh.
They didn't get along. They didn't see eye to eye. I kind of set the stage for some of this.
Wait, how?
I'll tell you that after this.
All right.
So, so anyway, they'd had some run-ins, and so Jimmy walks across the stage. So they give somebody a piece of paper on a microphone. They say Jimmy Haldeman, and then people can clap or whatever, and then you get your diploma and you shake hands of like the principal and the counselors and like an assistant principal, like just different people in the stand.
Yeah.
And so Jimmy's going, he's shaking the different hands, and then it goes to the principal, and he does the old handshake out. The principal goes to grab the hand. He pulls the hand back and brushes back the hair.
Oh.
The old, oh, psych kind of thing,
Yeah.
And then he walks off the stage.
What did the principal do about it?
Well, so they don't give you your real diploma they just give you like a
Piece of paper.
It's like a holder of it, right? Like the cover you'd put it in. And so then you have to go to the school later to gather the paper, your actual diploma. And so Jimmy goes to pick up his diploma, and lo and behold, his diploma is missing.
Really?
Surprising, you might even say.
Yeah.
And so he goes probably to a payphone, because we didn't have cell phones back then.
Yeah.
Or you had them, but like very few people had them. So he calls my mom, who was at work. Now, my mom used to work for the school district.
Uh-huh.
At this time, she was working for community college, the College of Southern Nevada.
Yeah.
And so he goes, Mom, my diploma's not there. And she goes, what do you mean? He goes, I don't know. I went to pick it up and they said it's not there anymore. And so she goes, all right. So my mom then calls the principal.
Yeah.
And says, hey, funny story. My son went to pick up his diploma and he said it wasn't there. And the principal was like, yeah, I don't know what the deal is. It's just not here. And my mom says, that's really interesting that his diploma is missing. Has other people's diplomas been missing? He goes, no, not that I'm aware of. She goes, She goes, well, I'll tell you what. I can go ahead and call the superintendent and have this conversation with him about a missing diploma. And I'm sure you'll end up finding it after that conversation. Or you can decide to not be as immature as Jimmy, and you can just be the bigger man and give him his diploma, and we can be done with this.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, he goes, turns out I was able to find that diploma. And so,
Wow.
And so then he said something like, I hope you don't have other children coming to this school. And my mom says, well, actually, you'll be happy to know that I do have another son, but he's chosen to go to a magnet school instead of yours.
Wait, who?
Jake.
Oh,
So anyway, Jimmy was able to go down and get his diploma.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's, look, Grandma Joyce, like, she'll kick butt and take names.
Yeah. Oh, Ralph said something. I don't know, like said something to Grandma Joyce or something like that. And I was like, oh, you don't want to mess with Grandma Joyce.
Yeah, no, you don't, man.
Yeah. And I was like, I've heard stories,
Oh, dude, she's not one to be messed with.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell the story about how I set the table? All right, so
Yeah.
So there's my senior year. They had this program called like Smart Grad or something like that. I don't even know what it was.
Yeah.
It was just like these assignments that we did in English class. My senior year, I was checked out. Like I took all these AP and honors classes all through high school. My senior year, I'm like, I don't care. Like I don't want to take anything hard.
Yeah.
So we're just in this regular English class, and so they had this like you had to fill out a resume. You had to I don't even know what you had to do. Like it was nothing, but it was whatever. It's like one of those things you just kind of do.
Yeah.
For some reason, they made a big deal out of it, and so they had this award ceremony for us to get this Smart Grad piece of paper, certificate. And so I'm a jerk. Like you can tell if you're listening to this episode, like you're getting you're getting sour
within the
Josh.
first 5 minutes.
Yeah, this guy's a jerk.
No, I'm joking.
And now as a 17, 18-year-old, bigger jerk, like, right? No conscience.
Yeah.
And so me and my friends, we decided like, hey, we're going to be the last ones to go through this line. And so instead of shaking hands with people as we did this, we hugged every one of them.
Oh.
So we hugged the teachers, we hugged the counselors, we hugged the principal.
Yeah.
And then we had a big group hug with like 8 of us on the stage, and then we walked off.
So you just hugged everybody?
Yeah, we just made it. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. We just kind of hugged. I mean, that's a loving thing, right?
Yeah.
So the principal calls me and my buddy, his name's Link. He calls us into his office.
Yeah.
And he goes, that spectacle you guys pulled on the stage is unacceptable. And he's like, Homer, like that crusty old dean. Like, this is what this guy was. He's a crusty old principal.
Yeah.
And so we're in his office. He goes, if you ever share a stage with me again, you shake hands and walk off. Do you understand? And I said, look, I want to make sure I do understand. So if we share a stage, you said you just want me to shake hands and walk off? He goes, you shake my hand and you walk right off the stage. And I go, can I practice? And I extend my hand. And he looks at me like I'm an idiot. I'm like being dead serious. I'm like, can I? And he like shakes my hand. I go, is this good? Is this a good shake? Okay, thanks. Can I walk off now? He goes, get out of here.
So he think he's like,
oh, those crusty old Haldemans.
Yeah.
So funny thing, like 2 days later, I'm at volleyball practice. And I roll my ankle. Like I legitimately, I sprained my ankle very badly. That night, there's an award ceremony of which I'm getting honored at. And I walk into this arena, and I'm on crutches. Yeah. And he's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm serious, dude. I rolled my ankle today." You are not.
You cannot roll your ankle.
So I was like, fine, I can walk without the crutches, but I'm limping. And he thought I was making the whole thing up. Yeah.
So he's like, oh, let's see if he's really faking it. Pushes you off the stage.
So, all right, let's get to our sponsors. This segment is brought to you by Cinemark. Get your movie pass, $10 a month, 20% off concessions.
We watched a movie last
We
night.
watched a movie. It's called Warrior. It's an old movie. We watched it on Amazon Prime, not a sponsor, but it was from 2011ish, I think.
I liked it. I actually really liked that movie.
Yeah. What did you like about it?
I liked how like it was like a good like build up. Like it was the way they made it. So it wasn't just like action, 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 action. It was like they had to build up the story.
Yeah, so that it's not a real story. It's a good movie, but it's like there's this UFC tournament. Winner takes $5 million.
Yeah.
Different people sign up for it.
Yeah.
These two guys
Our brothers.
are brothers and are on opposite ends of the bracket. So they meet, it's like, oh, are they going to meet? Like one of them, both of them kind of like shouldn't have even been there. People had to get injured for them to kind of make it thing.
Yeah.
And then they make it to the finals. But then you're like, well, which one's going to win? Because you kind of liked both of them. One of them you liked less than the other, but you still liked them.
Yeah. And one of them was like bound to win, but somehow like I won't even.
Yeah. It was a good watch.
Yeah.
It was a good watch.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
All right, next sponsor. This one's brought to you by
Doc R. Haldeman LLC,
bringing you happiness,
healing,
and health
in a myriad of ways.
Call her at
702-258-7860.
Dr. Haldeman loves you. She is waiting to heal you in whatever facet that she can.
Just call her up, free consultation.
Yeah, she's been doing a lot of good stuff. I mean, she's look. I did a lot of intense hard workouts the past couple days.
Yeah.
And she was able to herbify me, right? Gave me a bunch of herbs that really helped me with my recovery.
Yeah.
And also gave me some acupuncture, gave me some gua sha.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good. It was good times.
Yeah.
So I recommend the Dr. Haldeman.
I recommend as well.
All right. Last thing I want to talk about is somehow a picture was floated around the family group chat this past week.
What's the picture?
It was you. Do you remember this?
No.
Your concussion picture.
Oh, yeah.
Did you? I look back at that. Dude, you looked hideous.
Really?
Dude, it was, yeah. So if you're watching right now, and I remember, I will put this picture on the Spotify. I'll do my best to make a reel out of this one as well.
It's pretty ugly. It's bad.
What's crazy is that at some point, I forgot about this, but I said, Jonathan, open your eye. And you said, I am. Like, because your eye was basically swollen shut.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, so
not
sad,
basically. Man. Yeah, it was swollen shut.
It was, dude. Oh my gosh.
I remember that. That was awesome.
That's how you first met Brandon.
Yeah, he came in. Brandon. Shout out to Brandon right now.
He hits it, man.
Yeah, but so like Addie starts dating Brandon, and Brandon comes over to meet the family, and here he thinks that I'm like this kid, like he doesn't even know. He doesn't know who I really am.
No, he didn't. And honestly, I don't know if we all know who you are because that concussion was so bad it's changed who you are.
I don't even think I had. Did I have a concussion?
Dude, there's no way you hit your head that hard and don't have a concussion.
The doctor,
like, there's varying levels of concussions.
The doctor guy said, like, yeah, I don't think he has a concussion.
I mean, maybe he avoided one.
How would we know if he really was a doctor?
Who is this guy? Just some guy wearing a lab coat. Oh my gosh, that reminds me.
What?
Okay, so I'm driving home yesterday. I'm driving down Rainbow, trying to get on the freeway, and I see this guy on the side of the road, and he is wearing a mask, which he's outside, which that's the best. You have to wear face masks when you're outside.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous out there.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what kind of diseases are out there.
Yeah.
But he's holding a sign, one of those signs like the sign flippers, guys,
Yeah.
and the sign said puppies.
Just puppies?
Just puppies.
Why didn't you pull over?
So I think that's why I'm here right now, is because I didn't pull over. I think had I pulled over, you would be doing this podcast right now. You'd be like, guys, we got to find my dad. We don't know where he's at. Please. Yeah. He was last seen on Rainbow.
Yeah. I think he pulled over to get some free puppies, and then next thing you know, he's out cold.
So I think this guy was. I think I didn't see like what stores were in the shopping center. I think I hope there's a pet store. Oh, yeah. Otherwise, there's just some rando dude. Puppies.
Puppies. Come to me for some puppies.
What's funny is like I'm not susceptible. Like I'm not a dog guy at all.
Yeah.
When I saw that sign puppies, part of me like really wanted to pull over and take a look.
And just get the back, get like a bat, just like you're like, yeah, I just got back from baseball practice.
No, I don't want to hit him. Like,
Well, just in case, you know.
so remember when we went to my friend's house that had the puppies? You may not remember.
Oh, I
this.
remember that. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, like, they had these labradoodles or whatever.
I think it's Labradoodles.
Labradoodle.
Labradoodles.
Well, it was a combination of a lab,
And a
chocolate
doodle.
lab, and a poodle. So it was a labradoodle.
That sounds hilarious.
And so anyway, like we went, like probably the meanest thing I could do as a father was like, hey, you kids, you want to go look at a bunch of puppies? And like you guys were probably thinking like, oh my gosh, Dad's finally gonna break down and let us get a dog.
Yeah.
Kids, time to go home.
You were like, wait, are we not? What?
No, yeah, we're not keeping these. We're out.
See you guys later. Thanks for letting us hold these wonderful puppies.
Thanks for getting my children's hopes up.
Yeah.
Just to crash and burn. Yeah. No,
That second life lesson. Do not. I don't know. That's a
second life lesson: never expect to get a puppy, even when you go to somebody's house who's selling puppies.
yeah.
And they're like hypoallergenic.
Yeah.
You know, they're adorable. They're good dogs. They're
Yeah.
smart dogs. They'll protect your house.
Yeah.
In spite of all those things,
Nope.
if your dad is a cruel, heartless man, it will continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is me, man. And you know, that kind of dad, the dad that takes you to get puppies, that ends up not letting you bring home puppies, is the same kind of dad that will plan a trip to Costa Rica with an expired passport.
You gotta stop beating yourself up about that,
dude. It comes in waves, man. It comes in waves where all of a sudden you're like, oh, man.
I know that happens. I remember that happened to me one time, but I don't remember why. But on a better topic, I got some new boxers and they're amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Good job, man. Yeah, boxers. I remember I was a boxer kid when I was your age.
I love them. Like, I don't know why, but I've been wearing like these super tight underwear. Like, I don't know, but they're terrible. They suck.
Yeah. Different strokes for different folks. Some people like. I mean, everybody has. That's why there's differences, right?
I don't know why I thought those were comfortable. I mean, they're kind of
Now you're free. You're like oh,
I can do whatever I want.
you're like Pinocchio. I got no strings to hold me.
Yeah.
I think I need to watch Frozen so
Frozen?
I can let it go.
Oh, yeah.
Get your buddy Ben to sing it for me.
I remember that. That was funny.
Yeah, karaoke in the Tesla gets real sometimes.
Yeah. Ben's like, I have two sisters, and they always watch this Frozen all.
We're like, sure, buddy.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, that's why you know this whole song incredibly well.
Yeah. Even like the key change.
All right, let's sign off. We gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta get packed because we gotta leave. Got to go to not Costa Rica.
Actually, kind of Costa
We're
Rica.
going to Rich Coast, Newport Beach.
Rich Beach. We're going to Rich Beach.
All right, thanks for listening.
Yeah, bye.
Oh yeah!
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon.